to a sacred place where we speak our truth, share our knowledge, and shatter limiting beliefs. We are your hosts, Vanessa and Isabel.
Yes, we made it to the final episode of season 1 of the IBVB Show.
IBVB.
So let's wrap it up. How do you want to wrap it up today, sweetheart?
Well, I think it's only right that we share with you guys why it is that we're doing what we're doing and how we ended up here and what it is that we're focusing on now.
Love it. Tell us.
So, in the last episode, we shared with you that we actually started a U.S. tour. We went and we explored about 16 different cities throughout the U.S. We literally know how the U.S. map is and everything that's located and what company we use to actually explore the entire U.S. and how easy it was for us to do that. And the beautiful thing about it is that it allowed us to understand what we really like, what we don't like, and what we're willing to explore and how we're willing to explore now with all of this access to technology and everything. So the cool thing about this is even though we were exploring the U.S., we never lost the discipline of work. We were still working, ladies and gentlemen. We were still building. We were still growing. We were still reading. And we were still looking for a partner or someone to buy our business. Like that was always the focus. Even though we were still exploring and on the outside it looked like, we're just exploring. You know?
I mean, that'll never leave us. Like, we're always focused on something greater. Our purpose that we discussed, Billionairette, our vision, our mission is never going to leave. So we're always doing that in everything that we're doing.
Absolutely.
And share.
The cool thing about it is that we interviewed many people. We jumped on many calls. I'm talking about in the tens. Like, we probably had 20 different interviews with people. And it was cool because we got to see from a different perspectives, someone from the outside, how do they see our business, the profit and loss sheets, the balance sheets, all the operation agreements, all the structure, literally being fully transparent and look the back door of our entire business, allowing them to see what we actually have, and also understanding contracts, understanding what that actually entails. So for us, that was a whole new experience, and we were just guzzling away with information.
Yeah, and the documentation, the preparation that we had to do on our end, with the help of, there's companies, a couple companies that we utilize for the marketing purposes to attract potential buyers for our company, which is really helpful. And a lot of the companies that we use help you for every step of the way of like, here, you need to have this type of PDF. You need this video introduction, a product video overview of what you're selling.
Your data room, your financials, all your churn, your analytics, all of that. It needs to be on point.
Yeah.
Because just the same exact way that you might be thinking, I want to acquire, is the same respect that you need to share when you're selling your own business.
Yeah. And what is the story? What is the story? I think that's an important part where people can get so in depth on the numbers, and there are people that do buy just on specifics, numbers, nothing emotional. But then there's also buyers that you can attract based on your story and how you could do it. So what I loved about what we did is we finally eventually got clear on what we wanted out of this exit. In the beginning we weren't so clear. We were kind of like, we want to, but we weren't clear how. And I remember we came to a decision of like, we want to exit, but how about us exit and also still have stake in our company, still have a percentage of our company.
Because we believe in it.
Because we believe in it, and we feel we can add tremendous value through our faces combining, being the front facing and consulting what we love to do. I feel like once we really got clear and we marketed and advertised that, that's when we found the perfect buyers, you know, and partners in the exit, you know, of our company. So I think that's an important note, you know. And what do you want to continue to do? Do you want to give it all away completely, or do you want to stick with what you got? Maybe where are you the assets within the company that somebody can come in and you can tell that story on how you can continue to add value by you staying on with a certain percentage.
Yeah, because there's investors out there that are not just looking at numbers.
Yeah.
They're looking for that personality that they might be very good at recruiting, the tech guy, the lawyer, you know, the people that are typically behind the scenes, but they want a personality. They need a personality. And now in today's time, if you don't have that, then the trust is lost very easily. And brand is everything.
Yeah.
Brand is everything above anything. You know, we've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in our own just brand, trademarking it, making sure that it's good, you know, and like great over time. So the right buyer will find that, and they recognize that because they're not willing to do that on their own. And the fact that you've already put in that work, that's what they're buying. That's what they're investing in.
Yeah. Yeah. So awesome. There's awesome opportunity out there, you know, if you are looking to whether you want to buy or you want to sell. You know, these are some keynotes that we've learned throughout this process that will always hold with us, you know, as we continue to invest in other companies. Now, we kind of have that shift of like, we want to build our portfolio of different companies that we believe in and that aligns with the same vision and mission that we have, whether it's products or things, you know, that help others achieve personal freedom or financial freedom in their life. And, you know, having multiple companies, you know, that we're part ownership. Doesn't have to be full ownership in, but we can have 20% of this company, another 25 in another company. So I'm definitely excited for, you know, what's to come.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome because like now that we understand our roles better and what we want to focus on and our strengths and literally how we can come into a company and grow it by 25% in the first quarter just by doing specific things, or looking at a company's financials and just adjusting a couple things and helping them exponentially grow in the next 1 or 2 years. It's like you're playing in a different skill set. You're playing with different pieces, if you will. It's no longer checkers. Now you're playing chess. And once you've graduated from checkers, you know, or Connect Four, now you're playing with pieces made out of historical like evidence that this is how it's going to work out. Yeah. And I feel like to get to this space, you know, I feel like a lot of investors out there, they see a shiny object and maybe they want to go attack it and, you know, pour some money into it. That might not be the right choice or the right way to make a company grow or sustainably grow. What we're committed to now, and this is a very big part of like why we wanted to end season 1 with this episode, is this is what we believe in. The authenticity, the integrity-based vision, and the content that we're sharing with you guys now, it's not what we used to do. We didn't have time to do this type of content. We wanted to, but we just didn't. We didn't have the time or the resources or just the overall knowledge that we could.
And the space.
The space
to do it. Now that we did have a successful exit and new partnership, you know, and now we're focused on what we actually enjoy doing the most, love to do. Now it's like, okay, now we can focus on being able to give more of like what we've created now with our IBVB show. And I'm excited that we've put this out and we can go into season 2, and then we're creating more content, we want to build more relationships, connect more with people, you know, all around the world that we're in alignment with the vision, the mission, and create something fun and beautiful, impactful, you know, that is going to be revolutionary for the collective of the world.
Absolutely. You know? And if it's not big enough, sorry, we're not your people.
Go big or go home for us.
If it's not big, we're not that. We are so committed to the transformation through education and the powerful impact that personal and financial freedom can provide us all through the use of technology, education, and community, that there's no going backwards here.
Mm-mm. Yeah. And I mean, taking everything we discuss of like our entire journey and story up to today, you know, where this is season 1, but it's also season 1 of our life together. Yeah. You know, we've learned so much, we've grown so much, we're more clear than ever in a lot of ways, and it's now about allowing God to continue to work in our lives and guide us and connect with the right people, the opportunity, and just continue to be grateful along the way, you know, and keeping that great attitude always attracts beautiful people into your life, you know, the opportunities, and
be open to the opportunity.
Yeah.
Be open to the opportunity and never stop growing. So what do I mean by growing? Because I always never understood when people are like, you know, the motivational speakers are like, keep growing and build your skill sets and add value. I was like, what do you mean? Like, just give me an example. So what does that mean? Growing can mean reading. That to me was one of the biggest things of reading. Reading can lead into understanding your thoughts better. And understanding your thoughts better can lead into journaling and seeing things outside of your head, out of your thoughts. Because thoughts create. So if you can write it down and you can see it on a piece of paper, you can actually start creating a plan. And then that's where the skill sets come in. How can you execute on those plans efficiently, effectively, creatively, with intention and integrity and authenticity, all those values. But then the next level is adding value. While you're executing those skill sets, how are you adding value? How will you present yourself into a place that may look at your skill sets and say, oh my God, I want that. I need that right now. An example would be if your skill sets right now are being a photographer, like Nong here. Incredible guy. Has 2 kids, Christian, here in Chiang Mai. We met through a friend of a friend, and the whole entire day he's been with us. His skill sets are invaluable to us because setting things up and making sure that the quality is good, that's not what I want to focus on. I need to focus on you. I need to focus on the message that we're here to deliver. And most importantly, that's my skill set. He shows up every single day and he comes in committed. That is a skill set that can be transferred and adds value to the right people, to the right environment, to the right spaces, to the right opportunity. Because Nong is going to be with us for a very long time. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
So for us, it's, and looking at it as an investor point of view as well, and I know that's what I would say like 80% of our time now is like, okay, if we want to invest into something, who will it be? How will it be? What will it be?
And invest our time say creating content and expressing and sharing and continuing, always, like you mentioned, continuing to grow. You know, for me, growing is also reflecting, is taking the space and asking yourself the questions and listening, whether it's listening within, which is so important, to your body, listening within, listening to your gut, you know, listening to what's coming your way, listening to God, you know, or the universe. But then also experiencing, taking action. To me, that's where you grow. Like, you know, I'm not going to just sit and listen, but I'm also growing as I move, you know, as I experience, because I'm able to see and then I can reflect upon those experiences, and it allows me to grow, you know. So that's something, and never thinking like, oh, you know, there's never a cap to wanting to like just settle, you know. I'm like, okay, this is it. I'm going to stay here. I'm not doing anything. Because to me, I'm not like growing in that sense, right?
Yeah.
So,
And that's the coolest thing about the time that we live in today. I mentioned this, I don't know if it was episode 3 or 4 about psychology of money, where they mentioned that anyone, and I think the quote is like, anyone that is as lazy as a rock, aka you do not move, you just stay there, can become super, super wealthy. Because if you know the principles of compounding and whatever, I'm not going to get into like a bunch of different things there. The point is, the time that you live in is so critical to how you build wealth, how you grow, how you're experiencing life. Imagine if we were living in the 60s. Would we be doing these podcasts? I don't know, maybe. Imagine if the year was 2050 right now. How will these podcasts be different? We'd probably be holograms.
yeah, well, I was going to say we'd be in someone's home, sitting in our table.
Right.
Somehow.
Like
in like multiple thousands, millions of homes all over the world at one time.
Exactly. So like
Yeah.
for us, it's like right now it's 2024 and we're in Chiang Mai, Thailand, where it was a start of things. And we want to invite you into our space, into our home, because the world is our home.
Yeah.
You are my home. So for us, it's like we welcome you. We want to invite you in, and
yeah. Thank you for being here and being a part of our lives. And, it's awesome to be able to share this experience, with you and with you. And I'm excited for what's to come. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be good, like Taya says in her song. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, season 1. Let's get ready for season 2.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
We're going to bring it. We don't know what it is, as you can see throughout our journey, but we're cooking up something.
Yes.
Let's do it. Have a blessed day. Thank you so much. We love you.
We are your hosts, Vanessa and Isabel.